What's going on, YouTube? It's the one and only Captivated Notary Q. Welcome back for another episode of Talking Notary Marketing with Q. On this episode, what we're going to talk about is Facebook and why I think Facebook is the number one tool that you can use to market your business. And I'm even going to show you how I do it. Let's get to it. All right. So in my last video titled Notary Marketing, Instagram Ain't It, Use Your Stamp, I'm going to link to it up here. Just look at that card. I think it's going to be right here over there. One of those. Still getting used to YouTube. I'll get it down one of these days. Anyway, in that video, I detailed why Instagram isn't the best place for notaries to market their notary services. Instagram does serve as a great place if you're a trainer or if you have some type of book or course or mentorship that you're offering to the notaries. Instagram's a great place to market to other notaries. However, if you're trying to get out into your community, it's just not it. In that video, I suggested that you use Facebook. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at some of the numbers on why Facebook is the best platform for us to use. And then I'm going to show you exactly what I do when I run an ad campaign on Facebook. Now, I'm not talking about paying for ads. No, I'm talking about actually going in there and connecting with your community. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at a couple of specs from Facebook. Okay, now this website, this is blog.hootsuite.com. And what we're looking at is a whole bunch of Facebook stats, and we are going to go through a couple of these together because I think what you're going to find is really relevant to your online marketing need. Okay, so let's go through a couple of these. The first one that I want to take a look at as Facebook.com is the third most visited website in the world. All right, so if we're talking about in the world, good chances are people that are in your area, they're sitting on Facebook at some point in their day. All right. Let's look at some of the Facebook user stats. All right. This one is really interesting. So 70% of American adults use Facebook. Only YouTube ranks higher at 83%. Instagram comes in third at 47%. But as you'll see in the next few Facebook stats, the platform's reach is not universal across all adult age group. Let's continue. Facebook is the favorite social platform of the 35 to 44 demographic. It also comes in tops for male internet users aged 25 to 34, although women in that age group prefer Instagram. Facebook currently limits its gender reporting to male and female. If your target market includes these demographics, Facebook is an even more important place for you to connect. Okay, so if you go back to the last video, it said that the target audience for Instagram is that 18 to 25-year-old range, 18 to 29. I believe that's what the percentage was. And they were saying that that's Instagram's main users. Now, what this is saying is, and it kind of correlates with that information, is that Facebook is the favorite platform for the 35 to 44 demographic, which that happens to be the demographic that I'm in. Now, for my business, Facebook is awesome. On a personal level, I don't really get down with social media like that, just in general, but the numbers are there. And I see that through my own marketing efforts when I put stuff out for Q the Notary. And that's really what I want to drive home with this, is that the people that are using our notary services, there's a certain age bracket where there's that sweet spot because, you know, as people become adults and start to go through things in life, more situations start to happen. You start to collect assets. People start buying property, and stocks and bonds, and starting to want to put together their life plans, their wills, their estates, so there's a real sweet spot there where if you understand that that's where your market is and you market to them certain things, especially if you're really big on trying to get more estate planning signings and whatnot, there's a way about doing that on Facebook to connect with people. And I always say that we can't persuade anybody to need a notarization. And this is very true. But what you can do is start reminding your community that, tomorrow isn't promised, and, getting their estate in order may be a good idea, and you're the person to help them with. Just throwing it out there. Okay? Just throwing it out there. But that's a really important step. And even for us, for the Notaries Unsealed podcast and everything else that we have going on, the guys and I, this range true for all of our metrics. We see a huge increase in viewership and listeners in that age range of 35 to 44. And then the following range, 44 to 59, they're kind of neck and neck. And for a lot of you content creators, I'm sure if you're looking at your insights, I'm pretty sure you're seeing the same thing when it comes to this notary content. That correlates with your marketing efforts as a whole when it comes to marketing your notary business. Okay, so don't let those numbers escape you. Even if you're marketing to just notaries in general, pay attention to that age bracket that you're hitting. You can hit that same age bracket by going in and marketing on Facebook. Okay, let's see if there's anything else worth mentioning here in these stats. The average engagement rate for a Facebook page post is 0.07%. However, the rate varies substantially among post types, which may be a good reason to reconsider your content mix. Photo posts get the highest engagement at 0.12%, followed by status posts, video posts, and link posts. Engagement rates also vary significantly based on the number of page followers, with small pages getting the highest engagement. Think about that. So the smaller that you have, the smaller niche of a following that you have on your page, the more likely you're going to get people to engage with what you have. There's a really interesting conversation to be had about that. Maybe I'll bring that up on the podcast, and the fellas and I will talk about it. So make sure that you stay tuned to the Notaries Unsealed podcast. New episodes every Tuesday. But getting back to this, the type of content that people are putting out there, and where you're putting it is really important. And, volume is always a key when you are having marketing days or advertising days. You got to remember, when you're setting out to complete a marketing campaign, all you're doing is planting the seeds. And you want to plant as many seeds as possible to make sure that you have a good crop of customers that come out of it, right? Think about farming. When you drive through, let's say, Lancaster, and you see all the cornfields and everything, it's just rows and acres of corn, because they want to guarantee that they get the best crop that they can. When you are producing at that high of a level, there's going to be some bad batches. But when you have enough volume, a bad batch here or there doesn't hurt you as much as if you just casted a smaller net. Now that bad batch of, let's say, marketing, it can be detrimental to your business. Just saying. Let's see if there's anything else worth looking at. People are 53% more likely to buy from a business they can message. I know that this is a very big thing for Q the Notary. On Facebook, what you'll find is you want to make sure you've got Facebook Messenger downloaded. Your customers are going to try to contact you through Messenger, and they really like that. For those that take the time to actually send you a message, replying to them quickly is almost like a guaranteed sale, man. I don't think I've failed to lock in any appointment from anyone that's messaged me. When you're speaking to people through text, you want to make sure that you come off genuine and excited to do business with them. And that's really something that I want to reiterate. Never speak to the customer like they are wasting your time, like they are an inconvenience to you. If you're running a business, you are relying on your customer a lot more than they are relying on you, because they can just call somebody else. You may have just lost a portion of your light bill, right? So let's be honest with ourselves. Make sure that when you're talking to customers, be ready to do business. Don't think about it as a weird thing. Think about it as, this is my digital store and somebody just came in. Let me greet them properly, right? Because we want them to stay there, feel welcome, and spend money with them. Let's continue. All right, so I hope some of those stats really help you understand why I lean more towards Facebook when it comes to marketing your notary business. The numbers don't lie. A large portion of the country is on Facebook at some point or another during the day. What your job to do is to go in there and tap into the groups that they are joining and following and getting your ads in those groups. So that way, when they spend that half hour a day on average scrolling through their timeline, there's a better chance that they see your notary marketing business. And at that point, it's up to you and the content that you produce to get that point across. So that way they can possibly save your notary advertisement. Because let's be honest, 99% of the people that see your advertisement don't need you today. Okay? So your call to action for them, it can't be to call us now. Somebody's going to see that and say, well, I don't need you now. Maybe you'll be around when I need you. Tell them to save the number. They'll say, hey, that's a good idea. I should probably save this number just in case I need this. Let me save the post. Or let me grab my phone right quick and put this number in. Okay? You got to think about that when you're putting out advertisements, no matter where it is. If you're posting images on Google Business Profile, or, if you're using Instagram for something like that, you'd be surprised how many of these advertisements that notaries are doing that don't have a call to action. No number, no way to contact them. And it's like, well, how do you expect a customer to reach back out to you when you don't have an email address, a website, or a phone number on this advertisement for your business? Sorry if that's you, but now you know. All right. So what we're now going to do is we're going to take a look at one of my customers' Facebook pages. I did his Facebook page for him, and kind of go through his setup. I will show you guys how to build out your Facebook advertising environment, some things that you should be looking at, and we will go through the process of actually posting for my clients so you can see what it looks like to advertise. All right, so big shout out to my man Joseph Haskins. He's been a great customer for Captivated. It's been a pleasure working with him. His notary business is called the Mobile Notary Network. He's based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And big shout out to you, man. I hope that what you have planned for your business works out. And I can't wait to be a witness to it, man. So thank you for allowing me to use your Facebook page for this video, and let's get to it. All right, so that's my man Joseph right there. His Facebook banner, plain, clear, tells exactly what his business is about, lets people know who he is. Now, Joseph went ahead and did a video, not a video shoot. Joseph did a picture, a photo shoot, had a couple professional photos done. I would highly recommend that you don't necessarily need to get a photo shoot. I don't know what the prices are going to be like in your area. Myself, I use my cell phone and a selfie stick with a pretty decent light on it, and I stand in front of a wall that's in my room and I take pictures. Yeah. They come out okay. I mean, what do you guys think? Anyway, so that was part of the request for him when we sat down to discuss what it was that he wanted to do. And he bought the entire package. I mean, I did his logo, business cards, his marketing material. I think I did some more stuff for him too. And I know that we've got a video plan coming up. So he wanted to go all the way to make sure that, he is using his stamp right now. He is in business right now. But he's looking forward to retirement. You're going to get there, Joseph. You're going to get there. That day is coming, and you've already laid the groundwork to get there. So I am so proud of that fact, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So let's take a look at his Facebook business page. Really simple again. We've got his number, clean, clear, website address, contact him that way. As you can see, he's got a little mobile coming. It's not quite finished yet, but that is the prototype of his Notary Mobile. And it's pretty cool as a graphic designer to see something that I created go onto a vehicle. And I cannot wait to see that. I'm going to have that thing all over Instagram. So if you're not following me, make sure you check in at the Captivated Notary on Instagram. Anyway, this is the digital ad that Joseph is going to be running today. Okay, now this is not his corporate ad. We made one specifically for businesses and one for the community. Now, as you can see, very clear and concise. You see his business, the Mobile Notary Network, see his number, you see his name, and there's a review there as well as his website. Very basic, because here's some numbers, and I might do a video on this. Here's a number that you have to keep in mind when it comes to flyers. Now, this is print flyers and digital flyers. You have 3 to 5 seconds to capture somebody's attention. And in those 3 to 5 seconds, you kind of have to relay your entire message. And what happens in those 3 to 5 seconds is that's when the person scans your ad. So you want to make sure that you represent yourself completely. Any way that you wish for them to contact you, make sure that it's right there in front of their face and easy to read. Let them know exactly what you are. You're a notary public. All right. Chances of somebody reading your entire ad is very, very slim to none. Unless you have some type of imagery that's really going to capture their eyes and make them say, oh, what in the world is this? It's not going to happen. Think about it yourself. Don't think about this perfect little sandbox world. And I think a lot of people go into their mind and they think, oh yeah, people are going to love this. No, think about what you do. Okay. When you're looking at people's stuff, are you actually stopping on every single one and breaking down everything that it says? Be real with yourself when it comes to this process. Okay. And the reason why we left the review on there is because if we were able to capture somebody's attention within those 3 to 5 seconds, hey, the Mobile Notary Network, Joseph looks like a nice guy. Oh, he's a notary public. Oh, let me read what somebody has to say about him. Real quick, and we also included where that Google review came from. So if somebody really wanted to check to see if Joseph was telling the truth about this ad, they could look him up. I encourage people to do that. Look me up. 5-star notaries only. That's how we roll here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this post and dump it in a whole bunch of groups. So I'm going to click on it. And this opens up the post. And there's a couple different ways to do this. I could have clicked on share. No, it's not letting me do that. All right, so you're gonna open up the post, especially if it's a picture post. And then I'm gonna grab, you guys can't see this on screen right now. I'm gonna copy the web address, come back here. All right. Now, next thing that I'm gonna do is go back to Joseph's homepage, go to groups. Okay, now I've done a lot of work already on Joseph's groups. But I'm just going to show you some of the things that we're going to be looking at or looking for when you go out and build your own marketing environment within Facebook. So, Indianapolis, Indiana. All right, we're going to get a bunch of groups here. All right, Far East Side Community Council. This looks interesting. Let's take a look at the group. Now, when you go in here and look at groups, what you're really looking for, especially new groups, you want to see this About section. All right, go to the About page. and check the rules. The Far East Community Council meets on Zoom. All right, so this doesn't look like something that we would want to post in, so we're just going to come out of here. All right, let's see. Wayne Township Community Chatter. Now, this looks interesting. I'm going to click on Wayne Township Community Chatter, click on the About, and let's take a look at their rules. All right, so this page is a community bulletin board for neighborhood updates, Chapel Hill, Farley, etc. Feel free to share lost found pets, crime watch, and community meetings. Currently, this page does not encourage buying, selling, etc. If you are a local business, please be sure to engage in the page. We often ask for recommendations, and that is a great place to post your services. All right, so let's look at these rules. No hate speech or bullying, violence or incitement, criminal activity, be kind and courteous, posting items for sale. So you can't say that I'm selling notarizations. That would be considered, well, that would just be false advertising anyway as a notary. You can't do that. Animals, respect everyone's privacy. And here, you still have to check to see what kind of language they have for their business posts. It says, admin will create a post periodically for businesses to advertise their services and products. Any business posts made to the group wall will be deleted. Repeated posters will be muted and banned. Okay, so this is actually a group that you'd want to join. And you may ask why. We're going to agree to the rules. Submit. Why do I want to join this group? Well, for starters, got 12,000 members in it. So what that I've got to do a little bit of homework and find out when these business posts are available. But Joseph serves Wayne Township, and it would probably behoove him to have an ad and a post that their community already knows is going to be happening. It's a scheduled post. So they're going to be looking for new businesses from this particular group on a specific day. And we want Joseph to get his ad in that specific post. Okay. So that's a group that we're going to go ahead and join. All right, let's keep moving. If you guys can hear my dog, I'm sorry. She's a PETA, man. Straight PETA. If you don't know what PETA is pain in the ass. You know where I'm going. Let's see, what else we got? Bloomington, Indiana. Check this place out. All right, Bloomington, Indiana, what's happening? Again, let's check out their About page. This group is open to anyone from Bloomington, Indiana or not. This group is for people to share events, news, traffic updates, and anything else that would be of interest to the local community. This page is based on free speech. Just don't threaten anyone. This page is not intended to be a platform for political rants on either side of the aisle. The idea for this page is to be a friendly place for people to share information. If people get nasty, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, the rest of their rules. No threats or harassment. Blocking administrators will get you moved. Scammers are removed. No garage sale advertising. A business will be promoted once only. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and join this group. This looks like a good group to join. Got 7,000 members. All right, now we're a part of the group and we're entering the discussion. All right, let's see if we've got any businesses posting today. I always like to check to see if businesses are posting on that particular day, because if they are, chances are I can get in there. All right, so we just see some regular community postings about some stuff that's going on in the area, stuff from the Sheriff's County. A regular community page. All right, and I'm not seeing anything from any businesses right now. Here goes a People's Market. It looks like a very active community. They got some stuff going on down there. Fundraising, auto show, All right, so it doesn't look like there's a lot of businesses posting in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a chance and just throw this in here. Now, the worst thing that can happen is they kick it out and they say no, and then you'll get a rejection and you say okay. And usually there's some type of reason. And if you can correct the reason, great. If they just say, not a day for businesses, respect it and keep moving. Okay, it's that simple. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna paste in the URL that we copied earlier and just get rid of it because I don't like when it shows up at the top. And then we're gonna post this. Now, what you may notice is that I'm posting as Joseph L. Haskins Jr., right? And a lot of you may be asking me, why am I not posting as the Mobile Notary Network? Why am I posting under his personal page? Well, there's a reason why I choose to do this, and you may choose to do this a different way. For me, I like to post under the personal pages just because I don't want my business to get a bad name or a strike against it. If I post as myself, I can get blocked. However, if I choose to go back in another day as my business on a day that's allowed, and God forbid I did something that caused me to get blocked, right? It still keeps my business's name good within Facebook algorithm, not algorithm. But I don't get any strikes against my accounts for getting banned or blocked from somewhere. Right. And that's the last thing that I want for my business. So as a personal page, yeah, I'll take the hit. I don't mind taking the hit on that as long as my business stays clean. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, we've gone ahead and loaded in this ad. Now I'm just going to say post. And that's that. Now it's up to their moderators to admit it, to allow it or disprove it. And then we just keep moving. If they choose not to let it in there, that's all right. We're going to hit as many of these as we possibly can. Okay. Now, that's pretty much the process of going through and creating an environment for yourself, because every group that you join, they stay there underneath your groups. What's going to end up happening is you're going to end up with a long list of groups that you go in and post in, and you're going to take some time. You're going to make a day out of it. Take a couple hours, maybe a couple hours a week to go in and say, okay, I need to go in and post in 20 groups today. And, maybe come by Thursday, I'll go and post in another 20 groups. I run Facebook ads for Captivated. And here's what I'll say to that. I feel like because it's an ad pushed out by Facebook, a lot of times folks look at that as spam and they just go right by it. And I'm guilty of doing that myself with Facebook. I'll see somebody that's paid for an ad and I'm just like, oh my God, it's another scammer, another spammer. And when I see something that's posted from a person about a business, I tend to stop and look a little bit longer than I do from the way that Facebook ads come in. So, I choose to go about it this way. And that's not saying that you're not going to get a return with Facebook ads. It just really depends on the way that you choose to set it up and what you are, set your expectations correctly when it comes to that. And I think that this way is a little bit more efficient monetarily, because you can get the same amount of reach with doing a couple hours worth of work that Facebook can get. And I'd rather pay time versus taking money out of my pocket, because ultimately all I'm doing is planting seed. You know what I mean? And so for me, I think when it's coming from a personal account, people tend to take a second longer of a look than when you see it pop up the way that Facebook ads do. And I'm willing to put the work in to make sure that I'm reaching enough people in my target community. And that's been what's worked for the Notary. And that's something that we're working on with Joseph right now. We're still in the middle of, well, we're coming to the end of his project. And you know, I'm helping him to do this. Now, this is something that you can do for free. And I will tell you this right up front because people pay me to do it. It is boring. It sucks. There's nothing fun about going into a whole bunch of groups and posting your link over and over and over and over and over again. I'm being honest with you. It is not an easy, exciting task to do. Will it make you money? Yes. Yes, it will. And I can say that as a definite, and I put my name behind it because it's a service that I offer for Captivated. Now, when you come to Captivated, each campaign that you run is going to cost you money. My prices are on the site. I don't hide them. So you can go to www.captivatednotaryms.com, go to services to see what it costs to have me run a campaign for you. You can definitely do it yourself. But if you're not the type of person that can sit there for 3 hours and post the link over and over again, then you come to me to do it for you and I take care of it. So I hope you guys have an understanding of why I say that Facebook is the best way for us to market. It gets us directly involved in our community, right in front of their faces. And for the people in the age range that are more likely to use our services. So on that note, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys' support. Keep checking out the Captivated Notary YouTube channel. I got more stuff coming to you. I think I'm going to break down those numbers about what it takes in advertising about the attention span. I think that's really good information for you guys to know. That might be my next video. But hey, Captivated, baby. Peace.